Okay, so a slightly different video today. In today's video, I'm going to go over my university results. I'll break down the scoring for you guys, tell you how the weights are graded, etc. for first year in dentistry. For reference, I go to University of Manchester, and I'll let you guys know exactly how we're assessed. I'll let you guys know how the classes are taken as well, in relevance to the grade boundaries or the pass-fail marks. And yeah, you guys get to see my results as I open them live, and we'll see what my parents have to say about them as well. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. As for how I thought I did, I think I did okay. I mean, I studied decently. So we have different exams throughout the year. We have 3 towards the end of the year, and then we have one which we did in January. We have one which we did in January, which was the anatomy exam. And in that one, I already got the result back for that. I did pretty well. So that will probably boost my score up a bit. But yeah, without further ado, let me break down the stuff for you. So we have coursework and we have written for dentistry. For the coursework, we have our case-based learning, which is called EBL. And these, they're you work in groups. You're doing these group tasks based on cases. Cases as in you'll have a written sheet on the patient who comes in with whatever. You have a written task based on it, they quiz your knowledge or whatever. It's not really that related to dentistry, to be honest. They have a lot of extra stuff that you need to know, but in that I got 75.8%. Oh yeah, I should probably tell you guys first, so you have pass or fail. I passed, because I've opened it right now. I have passed. Which is I was hoping for a little bit higher, but yeah. So I'll also break down what we have in terms of scoring. So we have a pass, we have a fail, then we have a merit, and then we have a distinction, and then you have whoever gets the highest. So yeah, so let's take a look at the results here. So we have EBL session 3, 75.8%. Honestly, that's crazy that has 8% weight towards my final grade, because the case-based learning stuff is very wishy-washy. People don't even show up for it sometimes. And then we have the poster presentation, which has 0% weight. We have to do a poster, and that's a little bit weird. We're in university, and one of our things to determine whether we pass the year or not is a poster. But yeah, I passed my poster, guys. It doesn't actually weigh towards the final percentage. There's no percentage for the poster. I think the winners got a book certificate, a book coupon, but I actually spoke to one of the girls that won, and she said that she didn't even get the gift card for the books. So University of Manchester, man, they got pattern up. And then for some reason my anatomy exams included in the coursework, probably because that was done earlier on in the year, and that was 81% pass. So the pass mark for that was 40%. Typically in our exams it's 50%. They lowered it for the anatomy spotter because it's a harder exam, and most people I spoke to got around 40 to 50% range, and I got 81, so a little bit higher, yeah. And that has 32% weight, so that has pretty much the highest weight, so that probably boosted up my grade a bit. Now as for the written, we have 3 exams. We have a bioscience multiple choice question paper, we have a dentistry multiple choice question paper, and we have a short answer paper. Now the bioscience multiple choice paper, I got 72.6%, which has 17.5% weight as a pass, and then dentistry MCQ, which has 12.5% weight. I got 61.5% on that, which is crazy because I walked out that exam thinking I got 90%, and I told people, yo, I think I got at least 45 out of 50 on that. That was so easy. Now I got 61.5%, so that's a little bit embarrassing, but it's okay. And then for the short answer paper, which has 30% weight, I got 78.2% pass. So overall, my overall year average is 75.9%. And that comes out to being a distinction. Now, how exactly do I feel with these results? Let me just set the laptop down. But how exactly do I feel with these results? I don't feel much. At the end of the day, I passed. I was aiming for a little bit higher, to be honest. I wanted to get at least 85% for my overall year average. But honestly, the distinction doesn't really mean anything because it doesn't help you in terms of getting a job or anything in the future. I'll be honest, it's more just kind of bragging rights. If you guys have watched my I wasted my first year in university video, then you guys will know that I don't really have that many friends, and I've only spoken to one person this summer from my university, and we shared our results, but that was pretty much the only. So I don't know how everyone else in my year did. I'm pretty sure the guy I spoke to got a merit. He got overall something 60% or something. I don't know. I've forgotten now. See, but yeah, I don't really have that many friends, so I don't know how the rest of my year did. But at the end of the day, I didn't get the highest in my year because it would have said, and I would have gotten an award. Kind of just I don't know. I'm sure I got a distinction, but at the end of the day, getting a distinction means that I'm probably in towards the upper part of my cohort of 70. But at the end of the day, I didn't get that. I didn't get an award, so it just feels kind of pointless, It just feels like a normal pass in my opinion. I need to get an award next year, so I'm gonna try lock in a little bit more with my studying next year. I'm gonna record it and show you guys exactly what I'm doing for my productivity in my next videos to make sure that going into second year, I can try to get that award. But other than that, yeah, I thought I did better, to be honest. I thought leaving the short answer paper as well, I thought I got at least 80%. I ended up with 78.1, which is kind of close, but I thought I got a little bit more. Yeah, I really want an award. I remember in like year 13, like we finished our A-levels. I got the highest in biology, chemistry, and maths, all 3 of the subjects that I did in my school, but I didn't get a single award. And that really irked me. That I didn't get a single award despite getting the highest. So I walked into university thinking I'm gonna get an award, but yeah, I didn't get the highest. So even in the anatomy, there was someone who got like 96%, which is crazy, but like, yeah. So at the end of the day, no one really cares if you're not number 1. So, right, like my grades don't really like matter that much. I know that a lot of people like care a lot. They're super excited. They're doing stuff to celebrate. Not really doing much. I need to show my parents the result. See what they have to say. And yeah, I'm not really going to do much to celebrate, but what I will be doing is uploading more YouTube videos, because I really enjoy this content thing, and also hopefully help you guys get good grades as well. So the main reason I think the anatomy test had a lower pass mark and like a much less average is probably because it's quite a hard exam. You're in like the dissection room, and you have 20 seconds per question and like 1 minute per station with 3 questions. And at each station you have like you'll usually have like, I don't know, so it'll be like a cut up pharynx or larynx, a voice box for those of you who don't know. And then they'll have like labels onto it, and you need to answer the question like, which muscle tightens the vocal cords, and then you need to like go A, B, C, D or whatever based on the labels on the dead bodies. So that exam's quite hard, it's quite time pressured, which is probably why people see lower scores in it. And after the minute, you have to move to the next station. You can't spend extra time on one station and then finish like spend less time on another station that may be easier. No, it's like you have a minute per station and that's it. So that's probably why that like pass mark is only 40% and why like less people score it. Also, that's probably not the only reason. Another reason is probably that they don't actually teach us for anatomy. So we have weekly sessions, and in those weekly sessions, it's going to sound kind of weird for you guys. So this is some good insider knowledge for you guys who don't go to university yet, but we don't actually, like in these 1 hour sessions, it's not like we get to like, we don't get taught. It's more kind of, we play games. Like we play like we'll play like a game or something. We'll play like anatomy, like an anatomy game where like you roll a dice and then you move forward and then you answer a question if you land on this thing. And it was just kind of like quizzes and games. So you don't really learn much. But that's okay, because we don't actually have that many contact hours in first year. So you have a lot of time to revise at home and do your own self-studies. But yeah, without further ado, I'm also going to quickly go ask my parents and tell you guys what they said. Okay, so I just told my parents. They were pretty okay with it. Like, I don't think they really care as long as I pass, but they said I did pretty decently. And then they asked, like, they said, yeah, decently. I don't really care if like, as long as I pass. But yeah, they said, they asked me if I wanted anything, like, as a gift. And asked for a sewing machine. And then, like, my dad said, like, I was a girl for it, but yeah, so I'm probably not getting that sewing machine, but it's okay. Moving on. But yeah, my parents are fine with it. They don't really care as long as I pass. They don't really care if I get a high grade or a low grade. I don't think anyone else really cares as well in dentistry, which is kind of peak, but I care. The important thing is, guys, is that you need to care. So if you're just aiming for a pass, then there's a lot more likely chance that you're not going to pass, if you get what I mean. Those who aim for the top often like get closer to the top. You know, you set your goal. If you have a high goal, then you're going to score highly on the test. That's just how it works. So even if like you just care about passing, like you need to like remove that mentality and say, screw it, no, I'm going to go for number 1. I'm going to go for that distinction or whatever. And then you're like a lot more likely to pass in the first place if you're aiming towards a distinction or whatever. It's like in the test in maths, for example, I would aim for 4 marks in my A-levels, and that's what caused me to get 95%. Now in maths A-levels, I only needed an A for my university, but I was still aiming for 4 marks, and that's how I was able to get 95% and like launch myself well above the A-star grade boundaries. Like despite people saying that the grade boundaries are so high, they get harder every year, the exam was so hard as well, but the grade boundaries are still so high. Like this is the only way to combat it, in my opinion. Step 1 is having like a high achieving goal. But yeah, that's pretty much it from this video. I don't really have much else to say about this uni stuff. I'm gonna upload like another video which is a little bit better than this one later on in this week as well, don't worry guys. Yeah, I hope you guys found this informative, and yeah, see you in the next one.